Hey neighbor, welcome back to ARTV. My name is John and it's time for the first annual vinyl collection update that I'll be doing for the channel. Starting last year, you probably saw that I showed my entire vinyl collection, everything sitting on these shelves behind me in one video. That was over 275 unique records, including my 7 inches and of course the full-length records. And in the past year, I would say that this has been the lightest in terms of collecting because number one, it's an expensive ass hobby and I always warn everyone about that before they get their hands into it because you're going to get hooked and you're going to spend a lot of money. But number two, my personal rule of thumb is to only buy albums that I really like or else love, and at this point, I've kind of caught up on a lot of the purchasing, so it makes sense that most of the records that you're going to see in this video came out within the past year. Of course, that's not all of them. I added about 24 in the course of the past year, and I'll talk about the unique pressings, where I got them from, and some personal recommendations along the way. I hope that you guys enjoy seeing this collection update. If you did, then drop a like on the video, subscribe for the love of music, and let's get going in alphabetical order. And what's the first letter of the alphabet? Well, A of course, and it's all-time low with their latest record, Wake Up Sunshine. This is an exclusive indie pressing that we got from Looney Tunes Records. It's actually got a very nice color to it. It kind of looks like the sun. You can see a little bit of white swirling in with the yellow, and I really feel that it suits this amazing album. Definitely a return to form. Up next, we have the debut full-length album. Well, it's hard to call it a full-length. It's only about 25 minutes long, but it's the debut album from the surf and indie rock band Beachbody. This is called Honeymoon, and it's kind of on a translucent blue pressing. I really like the way that this one looks and sounds. It's a fantastic short burst of energy and emotion, and it comes highly recommended from me. Blink-182's 9 is up next. This was their second album since Matt Skiba joined the band, and I can hear your comments now, oh, it's no longer Blink without Tom DeLonge, and I agree that it's different, and the singles were very misleading for this thing. It's on a hot pink pressing. This was a birthday gift last year, and it was one of my favorite records of 2019, so if you never gave it a proper listen, at least not in full, then please throw this down. If not on the turntable, then digitally. Now we have Boston Manor's third full-length album, Glue. I actually bought this as a gift from my girlfriend, but she's letting me show it in this video. This wasn't the initial web store pressing. We were hoping to get our hands on the one that had the black splatter, but I really do like that this is a gatefold record. You can see it's got a little bit of fold out there and all of the album work. It's a nice pressing still, kind of a cloudy blue that floats right on by. Here's another one I was gifted. This is Coldplay's Everyday Life. This is a double LP. I do wish that this had a gatefold to it because it actually doesn't. It's 2 records, 2 LPs, and it's on high quality 180 gram white vinyl, so it's very crisp. It's just that I didn't fully love this album, so while it was a gift, I'm not entirely sure if I'll hang on to this forever. Prepare to dance your ass off and ascend into the night because Miss Dua Lipa is up next with Future Nostalgia. This is on a very, very cool, kind of hot pink translucent pressing. This is something that I purchased from Amazon during the whole COVID-19 lockdown because I wanted to get it from my record store, but they were no longer open. I contacted them, they were no longer able to order said record, so I bought it on Amazon, and what do you know, it showed up and it's awesome. Shout out to my friends at FYE for these next 2 that just so happen to come in alphabetical order. First, we have the Foo Fighters with There Is Nothing Left to Lose, and then we have Ghost with Prequel. These are 2 fantastic records. I would say the Ghost one is my favorite of the 2, but last year when I was attending Sonic Temple Music Festival, FYE had a booth set up. They hooked me up with some vinyl in turn for doing some promo for the fact that they were at the event. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with these. They're standard black pressings, but still fantastic people to work with. The Naysayer Becomes the Fan. This album just turned 15 years old. It's Demon Days by Gorillaz. This is the red exclusive vinyl pressing for Vinyl Me Please, and I don't always pick these up, but they do get some really cool pressings sometimes, and it's hard to resist. And this is one of those that I didn't buy directly from them. I had to get it on eBay because I was like way too late to the party, but still, this is a fantastic quality pressing for an album that I've really come to appreciate. This next one's feeling a little bit heavy here, getting my workout in, but it's Harry Styles with fine line. This is the Target exclusive vinyl. You can see that it's not just clear, it also has the splatter in there, which I felt made it even more unique. I went into this purchase thinking it was just clear, but as you can see, it's got some nice detail, a little bit of finesse there. A worthy predecessor, a follow-up proper to his self-titled album. Here we have Petals for Armor, the debut full-length solo album by the Paramore frontwoman Hayley Williams. This is a fantastic release. I am so glad that it worked out so well. This is the Urban Outfitters exclusive pink edition. I believe this was limited to 4,000 copies, and I scooped up one of those. I pre-ordered it months before it even dropped, and I love the fact that it's got the fold-out gatefold here. You've got another picture of Hayley there, and of course the vinyl itself. While I haven't had the chance to listen to it yet, I will try and report back in the comments section on the quality. For years, I had been meaning to get this record. It's Incubus with Morning View. It's my favorite Incubus album. I visited Tennessee, Gatlinburg specifically at the beginning of this year, and I went to this store called The Rhythm Section. Shout out if you're ever in the Gatlinburg, Tennessee area, if you're on vacation or anything. Check them out. I got a couple of records there. This is one of those. It's a gatefold edition. I like that we've got the liner credits on the inside with the lyrics and everything, and it's just a black pressing, but still a very, very amazing record. It took me years to eventually get my hands on it, but I finally picked up a copy of one of my favorite rap albums of the 2010s. It's 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole. This is actually a location, like 2014 Forest Hills Drive. It's an actual address. It's where J. Cole lived. And at the time, I was living not too far from there. I was living in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is in Fayetteville, NC. I actually drove to the house and saw it with my own eyes. Atlanta-based rock and post-hardcore outfit Microwave struck back with a fiercely venomous album, Death is a Warm Blanket, in 2019. And you know I had to get my hands on one of the cool splatter editions. This one definitely has kind of a sick feeling to it that matches the identity of the album. What a lovely gift to find under the Christmas tree. It's the Vinyl Me Please exclusive reissue of Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age. This was definitely one of their defining works. I don't think too many fans would argue me on that one, but I'm so pleased with not only the way that this record sounds, but also the look of it. I know it can be hard to see on camera, but it's kind of a bloody, cloudy red. Of course, I had to snag the comeback record from the Raconteurs. This is Help Us Stranger on black vinyl. Here's another purchase from the Rhythm Section in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I picked up The Bends by Radiohead. I reviewed this record at the end of last year, and it only made sense for me to pick up an album that I do love dearly at this point on vinyl. Here's another FYE exclusive. This is Slipknot's We Are Not Your Kind on double disc silver vinyl. This actually kind of has a bit of a shine to it. I don't know that the camera does it justice, but it's definitely a high quality pressing, and I also like the fact that they did do the gatefold for this one. If you haven't noticed already, I kind of do like that feature. I don't like it if they do a double release, that they just stuff it all into one and don't have it fold out. In case you've been sleeping all of 2020 and missed out on the album of the year event, this is Brave Faces Everyone by the punk and pop punk, I suppose, with other rock elements in there as well. It's Brave Faces Everyone by Spanish Love Songs. It took me a lot. I went through hell to actually get this pressing, and I had to buy it from a third-party source because they kept selling out of the certain variants on their web store, but this is the blood red with the black and white twist, and I think it turned out pretty gnarly. There's been some hate online for the way that the Strokes' new album, The New Abnormal, was packaged, but I'm just gonna have to raise my hand in defense and say I actually kind of love this because it's unique. I actually haven't seen this before. There's a sticker that wraps all the way around The New Abnormal. You unwrap it, you take the record out, and it's just very unique packaging. That's the only word that comes to mind. It's on red vinyl, and while I do have other records that look like this has to be one of the better sounding. Sum 41's 2019 album Order and Decline is one that I did not hesitate to pick up when it came out last year. This is actually a pretty dope pressing. I love the fact that not only this album was a major return to form for the band, my personal favorite from them to date, but I love the fact that it's got red on the inside and it kind of splats out like an egg almost, red and yellow. I hate to say it on this next one, but the new Temples album Hot Motion felt a bit like style over substance. And I only say that because the vinyl pressing is sick. I love this. It's one of my favorite splatters that I have. but also the poster that came with it, the artwork, everything about the design and the gatefold here. It's actually pretty cool, very nice sounding as well. But the album's content itself, the music, it felt very underwhelming, and this is another one that I might sell or give away. I should mention with that Temples record that the only reason that I own it is because I pre-ordered it. I had such faith based on the 2 singles that I heard and the fact that I love their previous albums so much, but this one failed to live up to Volcano. And finally, we close it out with the White Stripes, a classic album, White Blood Cells. I finally signed up for an account over at Third Man Records, which is of course Jack White's label, his production company. I got the vinyl straight from the source along with the White Stripes t-shirt because I'm a fake fan and I didn't have one until now. Hard to believe that it's been a year already since I put out my entire vinyl collection in May 2019, but do expect these yearly from now on. Thank you so much for the love that you gave that video. Almost 50,000 views on the original, over 2,000 likes, so a huge thank you. If you do enjoy these updates, then please drop a like on it and subscribe for the love of music. If perchance you missed out on my vinyl collection update last year where I showed every record that I owned up to that point in time, then tap this card here, tap here for another recent video on the channel, or you can find all of my socials that you see on screen here in the description down below, including my Patreon if you want to help fund the content. Other than that, I will see you soon for more right here on ARTV.